Boom! I'm in the room. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Everyday Live in May. This is me coming from the old Heale Manor. I thought, having got back from my little soiree to Holland and poked our nose into a little bit of Germany on the battlefield study tour, which was brilliant. Maybe you've caught up with some of the lives that I did earlier in the week, where I just touched base on some of the stuff that we did. I've also popped up a little video today of just to give you a flavour, just a little teaser of what sort of things to kind of expect on a battlefield study tour. I enjoyed it. It was brilliant. Got to speak to a lot of young lads that was with us. We had 25 guys from the two battalions, plus we had some retired brigadiers and colonels and such and so forth and the like. So we had some officers and we had some other ranks as well. So it was all in all, it was a really, really good experience. And yes, I'll do it again. How's that? So yes, I'll do it again. I'm hoping somebody's going to drop in and say hi tonight. Jump in and help us out. Last week we said that maybe we're going to do a bit of singing. Oh, haha! The singing coach is just about to arrive. We could have some fun tonight, I can tell you. We could have a real laugh tonight. Device not connected. Oh dear. So I can make a right fool of myself tonight. Or not, as the case may be. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. So this is day 20 of Everyday Live in May. I've now been going live every day since the 1st of April. Who knew? And I've been away. So there is a challenge. I wonder if this will work. Let's just try something and see if it works. Hi, Katie. Can you hear me? Can I hear you?
I can hear you. You can't see me, can you?
Oh, boom. You're in the room. One second. And there you was.
Yeah, it's the wrong camera. But anyway, I'm here. Hello.
Excellent. Brilliant.
How are you?
I'm good. I watched your live, but I watched it on the telly, so I couldn't put any comments in or anything like that.
You watched me on the telly on that famous. Wow.
Yes, on my big telly. Oh, look, we've got people watching. So Keith's watching. Obviously, Boone Katie's in the room.
Hi, Keith. Hope
howdy
everything's
doody,
okay.
mate. Sing and I will leave. We did say it was going to be a little bit of a sing along, but I'll leave it for a little bit. Anyway, I've got some questions for you. I caught you mostly live and AI. I can't get Descript for one. I've got it. I've struggled with it. It's not overly intuitive, I found.
Yeah, and the problem is as well, I mean, it's a very, very clever tool. It does lots of things at the same time, which means if you've got a computer that struggles, is a bit slow, has got loads of video files on it and is a bit jammed up, then yeah, it has problems there. You'll have problems. And it does video and stuff as well. And they brought a whole load of new things out and just updated everything without really giving many new tutorials and things. And everything had sort of changed and moved. And it was like, oh no, I just worked out where things were and where is it now? Loads of people have said that. They use the classic version of it because they've got the hang of it. But it is a big learning curve, actually. And you do have to
and
sort of struggle to find where the tutorials are for the right version and whatever.
yeah, I'm not quite sure I'm cut out for it. But Keith pops in and he says, not for us older ones, Tim. Yes,
Oh,
some of these things are a bit clunky and a bit hard to get your head into sometimes.
yeah,
For instance, I mean, Ecamm took me ages to get my head into it.
yeah,
And I had to do the course and then
yeah,
it slowly dropped into place.
yeah, yeah.
But
I think Ecamm is much more intuitive, or sort of the things are placed much in a much better way.
yeah,
But there is tons that you can do in Ecamm. So
yeah,
yeah, if people don't know, I've actually got a course on Ecamm, because if you just download it and haven't, haven't got training or whatever, I think I just played with it for a while and then watched loads of
yeah.
YouTube
I,
videos and stuff.
I
But you can
the
just be
same, but
totally like,
yeah,
I've heard loads
it's
of people, they've downloaded it, they paid it for a year and haven't really known what to do, so they've just sort of left it.
yeah. So I think you have to do a course on it to get your
Yeah,
head into it. It's a bit like OBS. I mean, I struggled
yeah,
playing with OBS. Similar dramas with that.
yeah. You're
So
really brave. I haven't bothered with that. And vMix as well. John, if John's here, no,
yeah.
he's maybe coming into the live. Oh, John is here. Hi, John. You're watching.
Hey, hi,
John
John.
uses vMix. He's brave as well. That's yeah.
But
That's a bit
I
of
mean,
a
I'm using StreamYard for this
yeah,
because I'm pushing out on 4 different platforms. So
yeah. And it
whether it's
looks
working or
nice.
not,
It looks
yeah,
nice. It is. It is. Basic probably isn't the right word, but it's very, very user
I,
friendly and just plug and play, isn't it? You can
I
just
think that's I think that's
mm,
the key with StreamYard is that the guys have made it. Look, there you go, boom, just stuck that in.
nice,
That's
nice.
my old logo. Oh, evening, Chris. Long time no see, mate. Yeah, I'm up VMix Ninja. Yes, well done, John. But I guess you're on a Windows machine for that. So
Yeah.
I'm a Mac person myself. Oh, we have another guy. Look, I know. Boom. Hang on. Let's give
Hello,
a hand up.
good evening.
Yay! Wow. Massive
Wow.
applause. Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. I saw you make something, so I need to see what it is.
Hi. Great to see you.
Thank
We were
you.
just
Great to
having a
see you too.
conversation about that, and some of this new stuff that's coming out, some of it's easy to get your head around, some of it's not quite so easy.
Yeah.
But it's just finding the time to play with it, I guess, or finding a
Yeah.
tutorial for it, which is
I
something
think
else.
I'll let Einar speak because he's just come on. But I think StreamYard is really great for 2 things, just to be able to get your head around what you're actually producing. So interviewing people, you use it for that, Tim, and you
Yeah.
can just do it easily and then focus on what you're delivering rather than focusing on, oh, hang on, I'm just going to bring this on and change, and the other thing is screen sharing as well.
Yeah.
Because one of our friends from or 2 of our friends from who are active on YouTube, who met us as well through the leader challenge, Marianne Crisp and Lala,
Yeah.
they both use it a lot for their YouTube videos, and changing the cameras and stuff, and it looks good, it looks nice and streamlined, and they can easily focus on the craft stuff that they're doing rather than filling around with scenes.
Yeah, I think it's easy to use to record. I think going live, trying to use camera angles and that, especially if you're a one person production, it can be challenging at the best of times.
And with one monitor as well, it can be challenging.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts, Ina? I mean, you do this to give people over 50 a really good handle on tech.
Yeah.
That is the meaning of all this, yes. But it is very difficult here to get started because of all this GDPR and the rules we have to follow. We cannot just contact people, so we need to make some workaround about all this.
Yeah, and so it sometimes it can be just daunting.
Yes.
And once you give it a little go, and you find how easy some stuff is, particularly like using a smartphone, they're so intuitive nowadays. I mean, Apple don't even give a tutorial for an iPhone. That's how.
Guys, I'll be back in a second. Forgive me, I'll just be back in a sec.
Yes.
No worries.
So I will try to make something, and I am working with. I don't know if you know that I work with a Danish man I find in California in my first leader.
Yes.
And we will try to make something together here and see if we can make a little company out of this, where we both can earn a little money also.
Yeah, I think it's quite difficult to earn stuff, particularly out of YouTube. I mean,
yes,
I was talking to Keith the other day about monetizing YouTube and how much you get per for what you're putting up, and it goes on view counts. So for every 1,000 views, you'll get a certain figure.
But you need to find another way to find an income, Tim.
Yeah. I think going down the sort of Patreon route is a way lots of YouTubers make their money, where they've got a community, and that's how they do it.
Yeah.
I've got Buy Me a Coffee. It doesn't work very well.
I have created that also, and I have created an account on Patreon. But also you can make your own system in subscriptions and something like this, or get paid for every hour or something. But it is here in Denmark, it is about to get people paid for this. They are not used to pay for something like this. They are used to sign up for free in the schools in the wintertime or something like this, instead of paying a subscription for something.
Yeah, see, my concern is that if I start earning money out of this, they're just going to tax me more. At the moment, they tax my pension, which I think is unfair. Work hard and you pay taxes all your life, and then they give you a pension that you paid tax on already. And then
but I need almost 4 years before I can go on retirement here in Denmark. And my situation right now is that I am without any income at all. I cannot get that because my support stopped after 3 years in October last year. And when you get out of that system, then you have something, the government help you with some money every month, but you can get this money if you are married or you're together own for more than 20,000 kroner.
Yeah.
Then you have to sell your house or do other things or find a job, but it is hopeless at the moment. And especially that is where I have found out all these things. When you turn 50, the applying for jobs is changing dramatically.
Yeah, I mean, I think things are changing. Certainly in the UK, where they actively kind of encourage older people to get back into work.
Yes. But right now, to see how big the problem is, right now in Denmark, I am in a union network called Senior, where we try to help each other finding another job when we get out of job when we are more than 50 years old. And right now in Denmark, there is more than 20,000 people on support from the government who wants to work but cannot get work.
Yeah, I mean that's crazy.
At the same
think
time,
we've got about 5 million in that.
Yes, but at the same time, we have your young people in the other end. If they're between 15 and 30, 35 years old, they cannot get job because they are newly educated and they have no experience.
No work experience.
So if you count all this together in Denmark, we have minimum about 500,000 people who can go out and work tomorrow if you give them some work. At the same time, all the companies are screaming for working people from outside EU. And why? I don't understand this. We are about 50.
I understand it.
We have 50,000 people who can go out and work tomorrow if they want us to work.
Apparently, we've got 1 million vacancies in this country.
Mm-hmm.
We've got 5 million people on benefits that could work. But if they go to work, they lose their benefits.
Yes, but the last part
the government wants to bring in.
But the last part we have got the last few weeks here, this is that they have made an investigation of the young people who are working in a company and asked if they would like to have new employees in their department with people more than 50, and they say no, they want to work with young people.
Yeah,
that's another problem. Yes, so it is getting more and more difficult, and I don't want to wait anymore. So I have used the last 3 years since the pandemic started in Denmark, actually, to find another way to earn money and get work. And all this started because I was in this network and I was looking for how to set up a Canon camera. And then I find Loria in live streaming pros. They were showing how to set that camera up. So I have been there ever since. This was in May 2020. So
yeah.
I
mean, it's certainly been good. Leader has been a terrific tool. It certainly helped me and my confidence being live in front of a camera.
Yes,
I mean,
but
we're going out on 4 different platforms at the moment. We're going out on Facebook, LinkedIn, Facebook, on YouTube and Twitter.
Yeah.
Now, not exactly sure how many thousands of millions of people are watching us. But
maybe if we are lucky.
Well, what we said last week was we're gonna use this to improve my singing.
Yeah.
So I've got the tune.
Yes.
I've got a bucket.
Oh, I think we'll have to wait till Keith is around so that you can sing together.
I think he's watching actually.
Oh, yeah.
But
so
I can give
another
you
one next
I'll
month.
give you the first verse and the chorus. How's that? And then you can give your
of what?
my little song.
And
then you can give your
was.
professional opinion on whether I'm a singer or not.
Oh, go for it.
A cappella.
A cappella.
A cappella. I'm pleased I dropped out.
Go for it.
Go for it. Here we go then. 40 shillings on the drum for all that volunteered to come to list and fight the foe today, over the hills and far away, all the hills and all the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain. King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away.
Now we got the music also.
How's that? Are you ready? Then falling lads the dream. She's got the tune. She's got the tune. Ready? Next verse. Then falling lads behind the drum, with colours blazing in the sun, along the road what comes what may, over the hills and far away. Oh, the hills and all the main.
Oh, hang on. You've changed key.
I told you I couldn't carry a tune in the bucket.
Hang on.
Oh, the hills and all
changed
the
again.
main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain. King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. Through Spain and Ireland, Senegal, and to the very walls of hell. But we shall stand and we shall stay, over the hills and far away. Oh, the hills and all the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain. King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away. If I shall fall, if I shall fall to rise no more, as many comrades did before, then ask the fife and drums to play, over the hills and far away. Oh, the hills and all the main, through Flanders, Portugal and Spain. King George commands and we obey, over the hills and far away.
Yay!
Thank you. Ah,
Where's the applause?
we don't have. I think we've lost all our listeners.
All is gone now.
Already lost one viewer.
How to get rid of people in one easy lesson.
You probably don't know these songs, Ina, do you?
No.
There's one called the British Grenadiers. Do you know that one, Tim?
The British Grenadier?
Yeah.
Well, I only know the tune. I don't know the words.
Oh, that's all right. You can Google them while we're live. Some talk of Alexander and some of Hercules, of Hector and Lysander and the great Ajaxes. And all with a row, 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 row to the British Grenadiers. Those heroes of antiquity ne'er saw a cannonball, or knew the force of powder to slay their foes withal. But our brave boys learn our wits and banish all their fears, with a row, 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 row to the British Grenadiers. Yay, that's our singing session done. Woo! Well done, Tim.
So
Ina, do you know any songs would you like to enjoy? You got there. Yeah, you got there. Keith keeps saying he's tone deaf. Now he won't let me get a word in edgeways to tell him
after listening to this.
to tell him that is incorrect. I know for a fact that he is not tone deaf. He's probably not used his vocal cords properly for a while, and it happens particularly with chaps. It's so sad because in primary school, in first school, you know, I don't know what you call it over there, but they tend to sing songs really high, and I mean boys have got quite high voices, but it tends to be a bit too high. Britain's Got Talent.
Catherine says Britain's Got Talent. I say it hasn't.
Yeah, and they just
Never.
sing songs too high. And so when your voice breaks in inverted commas, and you just don't know where your voice is going, you've got no control over your vocal cords. And then from then on, if you're not in the right key, or you're trying to sing too low or too high, and then you just don't know where you are. So it often happens with chaps, and it's really sad. But you are not tone deaf. You have got a sense of pitch. And if you'd work on your
Yeah,
voice,
but
you've
no
got
rhythm whatsoever.
No, you have. I worked out what you were singing. I have heard people without rhythm. I know. What are you going to sing? Are you going to sing anything?
No. then the rest is gone.
I don't. I
Show me
don't
the
know
way to
any
go
Danish
home.
songs. I've never sung a Danish song. I've sung loads of different songs from around the world, but I've never sung a Danish one.
No, me too.
Oh, really?
So Catherine,
there is
same as
a
me.
lot of good
Can't carry a tune in a
music
bucket.
from back in the 80s from here,
Wow.
yes. But the best of music is still in English.
Sorry,
Catherine's
say
in a
that
choir
again. I
every-
know
every
you
week.
know songs from the 80s.
We have many good artists here from back in especially the 80s and up to around year 2000.
Who from the
But
80s then?
much of the music are repeated, but in more bad editions. I don't know how to say this, but this is some of the music we are listening to today is the same as in the 80s, but in a worse version.
Yeah, it's like repurposing, isn't it? Old.
Yes, everything is reused. It was better in the old days when we listened to the originals.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They do that a lot, don't they?
Yep.
Just add more beats and stuff. Yeah.
Katie, you might be able to answer this. You know when you see these artists and they've got things stuffed in their ears and they're sort of singing like this. What are they doing?
I don't know.
They're making sure they can hear themselves because it's so
Oh, right.
loud. They're sort of blocking out all the sounds and concentrating. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Perhaps I should have done that then.
I have a very good example on all this. Many years ago, when I was working in a company, one of our young workers arriving one day, they say Monday morning he has heard a totally new song in the weekend, and it was very good. And then when we find the song and find out what it was the song called "Hands Up" in a spoiled version, as I say to him. It is not the correct version. The original is from 1981, and it is played by a group called Ottavan, and he said that is not correct. But I find it on YouTube for him from German TV 1981 and Ottavan Hands Up, and say, no, it can't be true.
Oh.
He thought he has heard a very new song, very good. So said, this is an old song, and they destroyed it.
So Simon's joined in as well.
Yeah.
Evening, Simon. So we've got Catherine in. Oh, we've got a few in.
Yeah, Catherine. I'm a Catherine as well, but spelt with K. Kathryn.
Aha.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got two Catherines here, which
But
is
are
really
you
nice.
both living in UK?
Yes,
Yep.
we're both in England.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're about an hour and a half away from each other, Tim, I think. Maybe 2 hours, 1.5 hours.
I'm in London next week. I'm going to the podcast.
Yeah, what day are you going actually, Tim?
I'm going to be there both days.
Right, we might be able to catch up because I think I'm going.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that.
I have only been in London one time, and that weekend we was watching Billie Holiday on Strand Theatre in London.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Did you come there specially for that?
Yes and no, because I was working in a company selling movies, and the next upcoming new movie was Jurassic Park #2 at that time, And when it
Jurassic
when it
Park.
started in the cinemas, then we were invited to London to watch it in Imperial. Alone, we was 12 people in that big theater, totally alone, watching Jurassic Park before it opened to normal audience. So it was an experience. And in the evening, we were going to Strand Theatre and see Buddy Holly. But
Wow.
this Buddy Holly show was very, very, very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have still had the Buddy Holly show. I don't know whether
Yes.
it's still on, but recently they have.
But do
Oh,
the Strand Theatre still exist? Because it was very old when we were there.
Which one?
The Strand Theatre.
Strand.
The
Don't know.
Strand.
Do you know, Tim?
Let's all go down the Strand.
Have a banana.
It was a very old.
I was thinking. Yeah, I don't know if that one still exists.
No.
Shall I sing a little song since we're talking
But
about singing?
it was a great show.
Then. So Simon's just an hour away. He's in Northampton.
Yeah. Oh, okay, brilliant. Yeah, I know a lot of the theatres are really old, actually.
Yeah.
Some of them have started falling apart on the audience a few years ago.
Yeah, that didn't go down too well, did it?
Yeah. Right. So this is from the Phantom of the Opera. I don't think I've ever sung this myself before, so let's just give it a go. Phantom of the Opera is a bit sort of operatic, but
I didn't know I was jumping into X Factor.
yeah, no, nor did I. Oh, wrong pedal. Think of me fondly when we said goodbye. Remember me once in a while, please promise me you'll try. When you find that once again you long to take your heart back and be free, if you ever find a moment, spare a thought for me. Hang on, la 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 la, fill in the gaps. We never said our love was evergreen or as unchanging as the sea. But if you can still remember, stop and think of me. I'll jump a bit because we'll be here forever. Think of me waking silent and resigned. Imagine me trying too hard to put you from my mind. Recall those days, back and all those days. Think of the things we never do. There will never be a day when I would think of you. Long ago, it seems so long ago, how young and innocent we were. She may not remember me, but I remember. Flowers fade, the fruits of summer fade, as they have seasons, so do we. There's a big bit coming up. That you promised me that sometimes you will think. Right, I'll give this a go.
Special edition.
My dog is looking at me like,
Yeah, what are you doing?
You are, aren't you? He's like,
I thought
oh,
we
you
scared
love
you off.
Phantom John.
Well,
Oh,
how was that? That's terrific.
thank you. I don't think I've ever sung that, but yeah, they're quite powerful, some of these songs. I actually really love Andrew Lloyd Webber. I don't know whether you know him, Einar.
Yes.
A lot of people can't stand him, and Tim's laughing his head off, so maybe he can't either.
See what Keith's put.
Bet you're pleased you're not on the panel, John. yeah, he'd be singing as well. You just got cooler.
Then we are a little back in time again in the good 80s.
Yeah, I love 80s music, but not the grungy people. I like the pop people. Like Kool and the Gang, Whitney Houston. I really liked.
There was a term for them, weren't there? The New Romantics.
Yeah, I can't. They're just like the Pet Shop Boys were like, oh, so depressing. Oasis, which was more sort of 90s. Oh, they're the most depressing. That's the most depressing song in the world, that Wonderwall. It's got like 2 notes in it. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
Yeah.
Right now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. And then they change the notes. I don't believe that anybody feels the way you do.
Do a Gareth Malone and have a podcast choir.
Yeah, what a great idea.
The problem today is that many of the bands, they cannot play and they cannot sing without a computer. In the old days, they could play instruments and they could sing without a computer.
Yeah,
I can
bring
sing
back
without anything.
Yeah.
Could have sung in the shower.
Catherine's actually absolutely right. I was a choir master for quite a long time, and I applied at one point to. Now you won't know who Gareth Malone is, but he led loads of choirs, and he did military wives choirs, and they became very famous at one point, which was lovely. And he leads. You know, you could go to a theatre, say the Strand Theatre or whatever, and he'd be on the stage, and you'd buy a ticket and join in the singing. He's still doing it. It's really great. Yeah.
I was involved with a choir in London Central Garrison. It was a community project where we had some serving people and local community, and they used to come together on a Saturday morning, and we used to rehearse in the Guards Chapel.
Oh,
I was just a facilitator. I didn't do the singing.
Oh, what a shame. Glad you're involved with it, though. The Police used to, not the band, the Police, not the 80s band, but the actual Police. They used to have choirs. They were quite sort of famous for having work choirs, which is really nice. And work choirs are coming back. It's really nice to do something like that in your workplace.
Yeah, so Gareth Malone does a bit on the TV, as well, doesn't he? He does.
Yeah, he does. He's great. Yeah, and I actually he was at one point going around secondary schools, you know, like maybe deprived areas or whatever, and getting the kids to sing. And I was the head of music at a secondary school at the time, and I applied for the TV show, but I think they thought my school was in too posh an area. It wasn't really, but I think they did, so they denied it. But yeah, that was really good as well. Really, really nice work that he did with kids. Yeah.
So I think we've been on for 40 odd minutes.
Yeah, I've got a race, but it's
So time is
lovely to
running
chat.
fast.
I think it was fun.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you everyone for watching and joining in with the
Yeah.
fun. And maybe
putting up
you
with
can
us.
come. Yeah, we could do a part 2, and you could
Yes.
join on the stream if you want to. We'll sing a song together. Let's all
Yes.
go down the strand of a
Have a
banana.
banana.
Keith is
Well-
just asking if my hubby can sing well. My hubby he's a pastor of a church, so he's very good at that. And he can play pub piano really quite well, sort of jazz piano. And actually, when he's doing a funny impression, if you do funny impression of singers, like you put on a voice, he sounds pretty good like that.
Like, Jesus wants me for a sunbeam.
Exactly. Very good.
How my old mate is full of the vein, and don't dilly-dally on the way.
You're letting the side down now with your
I can only apologise.
roll out the barrels and stuff. So actually, Tim, and I know you were most welcome as well. I sometimes I do. All through lockdown I did it. I did a fun and friendship Friday, and I did a sing along with like pub songs like Tim's singing, and it was great fun. I just went through a whole load of them, like Roll Out the Barrel and On Ilkley Moor Bar Tat and stuff like that.
Many funny things happened in this time.
Sorry.
Many funny things happened in this time, and things we were not doing before and are still doing after. This is a little strange.
It's true. Some things are freeing, aren't they? Some things not.
Yes.
Maybe.
I remember we are in. I think it was in Copenhagen. The TV was out to broadcast from a place where the people in this area were standing out on their terrace. And there was musicians downstairs, and they played the music, and all the people were singing around on the terrace.
Oh, so lovely! Yeah, bringing back live music, fantastic.
Yes, because the people needed this live music. It does not exist anywhere for a very long time.
Yeah,
but they showed many things about this, where also popular groups out of work, they were playing concerts outside houses and outside apartments, and people was outside on the terrace and was singing.
Yeah, lovely.
There might be a live singing show next week on this channel. So, should we have a sing along Saturday?
I can't. Next week we're away. We're actually getting on for your direction, actually, Tim, tomorrow. My hubby's speaking at a conference on Saturday, so I'll be maybe on the beach or something. So I can't. Maybe the following Saturday, if you're up for it.
Yes, let's have a. So next Saturday, the 28th.
June the 3rd. Which is actually, I'll just remind Keith, if he's still with us, that Keith, if you remember, we did say provisionally that we may have you joining us then for your sing-song too.
So should we look at Saturday, May the 3rd for a sing-along?
June. We've had May.
June, yes.
3rd of June.
Yeah, why not? It's actually in my calendar, 8 p.m. Yes. Singing with Keith and Tim. Yes. And hopefully, I know you can join along. You can bring some castanets, I know, or...
it's not every Saturday I can do what I will try if I am here.
Problem. It's just fun, isn't it? Just having a bit of a laugh together.
We'll have some pub songs. do some pub songs. Roll out the barrel.
You'll put
Let's
Einar
have a
off.
barrel of fun.
I am not very good at singing, but I'm good at voting people out.
You do that.
Oh, X Factor.
You could have a piece of paper with number, like out of 10.
Yes.
So we'll work on that. We'll invite a few people in.
Keith
We'll have a
is
bit of a
saying that it's
sing-along.
got to be on my channel and not his. He's a bit of a coward, I think. He doesn't want his singing on his channel. Doesn't want to ruin his channel.
He gets hung up on some numbers. He's going up and down like a yo-yo at the moment.
Yeah. Catherine, you'll need to let me know what that is, because I actually do 1940s singing in sort of uniform, and so let me know what that channel is. That sounds really interesting. I don't know how you would do modern songs in a 1940s style, unless you do sort of honky-tonk piano version, like Mrs. Mills type piano on modern songs. That could be quite funny.
Oh, what's this? I'm going to use AI, which software should
instead of his own voice. Oh, there probably is one that you could use, actually.
Oh no, should AI also be singing now?
I do know what one you can use, actually. Yeah, there's like yeah, you can buy audio presets off Music Radio Creative, and you can make your voice sound like a robot or like a scary type of person and all sorts.
Yes.
Oh, Mike Russell is going to be at the show next week.
What?
Oh, Mike Russell, is
Russell.
he?
Yeah, he's going to be at the show.
Wow.
Yeah, I was looking to see what
brilliant.
who's going to be on there, so they're going to be there. So
yeah, because Isabella is actually, I've got a ticket from her, I think. So his wife, they live on the Isle of Wight. They're great.
Do, the Isle of Widget.
They're brilliant. Yeah, Catherine's telling me it was bass, piano, and double bass. Oh, cool. Sounds really good. Yeah. Right, guys, I've got to go and eat my smoked salmon.
Oh,
that was nice.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Right, I'll drop you down. You can hang about
care.
for a minute. Can hang about for a minute.
I better race.
All right.
Take care.
Yes, thank you for now, Katie.
Brilliant seeing you, Einar, as well. God bless both of you.
Thanks for coming in, Katie.
My pleasure. It was loads of fun.
Yes.
Catch up with you soon. Hopefully see you next week.
Yeah.
I'll ping you my number so you can give us a call.
Okay,
we'll meet
cool.
up for a coffee.
Yeah, that would be really nice. That would be really, really nice. Yeah. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you for now.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
There you go. Boom. I hope you've enjoyed that as much as we did. It was quite a bit of a giggle, I think. And you can see that I can't carry a tune in a bucket. So until day 21. Day 21 is replacement scrum half. Replacement scrum half day. Day 21. So until then, TTFN. Ta-ta for now.